So in this video, I want to take you through how to build wealth as a beginner. And you need to know where you are first before you start building your wealth. So, I think I'll talk about the rich, the poor, and the middle class when it comes to wealth creation and what they understand about money. Let's get started. And before we proceed, you can subscribe, share as we proceed. Let's look at the financial statement of these three categories of people. That is the rich, the poor, and the middle class. When we talk about money, I know what comes in your mind. That you need money to pay your bills. And that one forces you to go and look for a job. So once you get a job, that is the source of your income. And for the poor, the primary use of money is to pay bills. If you check their financial statement, money comes in and goes out in terms of paying bills. That is, they want to pay rent, they pay for food, electricity, water bills. So their primary purpose of money is to pay the bills. That is for the poor. But for the middle class, yes, they have the job, but they know and they understand the primary purpose for money is to pay for what they want and to maintain a good credit score. So this is how they do. They are in debts. And how are they in debts? Because they are middle class. They have cars on loans, they have mortgages on loans, and they ensure that the money they get from their salary goes to pay for their debts. They're paying interest, and also that money comes out as payment for bills. So they live well, but they are middle class. And that's how you hear them say, we need overtime, we need to work extra hard, we need to rise in rank so that they can earn more. So they think that when their money increases or then their income increases, then they will do well financially. But no, as their money increases, they get more things on credit. And that's how they still struggle on with finance. So for you to be rich, a rich person thinks when he gets money, the first question he or she asks is, how can I turn this money into more money? And I will repeat that. The rich always think, yes, they have a job, but when they get that paycheck, the first question they ask is, how can I turn this money into more money? That is the first question. And that's how the writer, person writing this book, The Richest Man in Babylon, that pay yourself first. So this question, he or she is just asking, how can I turn this money into more money? So this is how they do. They buy assets. They buy assets that generates income. They maybe start a business and they build a business that will continue generating more money as they continue working. two, they also take part of their time to build. Either they are writing a book, they are writing a book, and that book will generate money, more money in future. So they are buying assets, they are starting business. So whenever they get a paycheck, they are thinking of how can I turn this money into more money. And that is the mind of the rich. The rich will always be thinking that way, and they accumulate assets that will at long last pay for their bills. If you want to grow rich or wealthy, then delay gratification is the way to go. What you are looking for, what you are running after now, it is not important. Just build the assets that will generate cash flow, and that's how people grow rich. So if you understand that, then you will be on your way to creating wealth. And many people think they need to accumulate so much so that they are wealthy. That is not right. You build assets that will generate cash flow. Cash accumulation is risky if you are starting, but cash flow is the best way to build a wealth. So look at the cash flow first, because this wealth that you are accumulating, you need to be perpetuated to your generations to come. So look for cash flow, because if you accumulate money, if you have accumulated money, it will be eaten by taxes, inflation. So look at cash flow. So that is how the rich think, that the main purpose for money is to make more money. But the middle class think of paying bills on time. And the poor, their primary purpose for money is to pay bills. That is the difference. So if you get this, then you'll be good to go to build wealth. And you'll build wealth for generations to come. I will be continuing with this video, with this topic on the next video. So just stay tuned, subscribe, share, and bye bye. See you on the next video.